Hey everyone, welcome to the Ginger Snaps here. My name is Steven. Yesterday I did a video on my new WWF Big Eagle title from Fight-Nite's belts. I did also post photos and another little unboxing video on the Fight-Nite belts page and some photos on the Brothers of the North, the Brothers of the belts. I did get a lot of nice feedback, a lot of people like photos and videos, a lot of comments that are very positive, and some people have asked me questions on certain things. But one of the most frequent questions I got was a comparison. Apparently no one has done a comparison video between a Fight-Nite belt and a replica belt of the same design. So today is going to be a comparison video between the WWE Big Eagle title from the WWE shop and the WWF Big Eagle title from Fight-Nite's belts. So we get to finally see which one of these belts is better to own, and also which ones has the best quality, which ones has the best style, etching, painting, you know it, whatever. This is that video, and let's take a look. And here it is. Here's your comparison video for the two belts. We have one on top of the other, Fight-Nite and the replica. I did wear these belts earlier in the day, so I just stepped on a scale and pretty much weighed myself, then one at a time with each belt. We do have the replica at 5.4 pounds, so I do believe WWE Shop did lie about the weight. I mean, I could be wrong, but, you know, I'm just going by with what I found out. And the Fight-Nite belt is 6.8 pounds. I did notice the weight difference when I was holding both the belts, and obviously when, you know, doing the unboxing, it was pretty obvious that the Fight-Nite belts obviously wins the weight here with a 1.4 pound difference. It's not much, but you know what? I mean, fuck, the heavier the better, I guess, in this kind of circumstance. Now let's get into the designs here. So what we have here, obviously, you look at the replica and the Fight-Nite belts plates here. The replica does look like it's a little bit smaller. As you can tell with the replica's side plate here, it is quite engraved, but you know, they just took a mold and, you know, just did what they had to do. You can obviously see here that I had to repaint this because, you know, just a plain ass plate, I just couldn't do that. It just didn't look right. Whereas here, I mean, on all the shields, they have the what's it called, the nugget texturing, and that is always a win for me. I always noticed this belt always had nugget texturing. That's what I was trying to replicate here. Obviously, I couldn't get that proper. And obviously on the lion there, the etching, obviously on all the plates, you know, they're going to be different. They're going to be obviously different. Maybe this camera could focus a little bit. But, I mean, you can see here the etching is not quite as deep, but, you know, it's actually very, you know, precise. I don't mind a little bit of etching and then not much etching. Whereas here, it's just consistent. Obviously, you can tell that from just like the video itself, there looks to be a difference in the size in the plates. Of course, you go over here, you have the 3 plates on the other side. You got the one with the McMahon family crest. The replica does do a cast of it pretty well. Whereas the Fight-Nite belts one, it's not really the greatest, but you know what? I don't really care too much about that. I mean, like I said, a little paint job to fix it all up. As you can obviously tell, my WWF logo, red swoosh, is not quite painted there. Whereas here, it is painted. I had to do the paint job myself there to make it bright, so whatever. But the main thing I've noticed is the logo plates. You can obviously see there's a massive difference between the width of this. You see it here, it's nice and thinned out. And here it's thick as fuck. I did notice one little error. It's not going to bother me, which is right here. It says World Wrestling, and then Federation obviously under there. But here's the thing that I noticed, and if this camera can focus a little bit, let's focus a little bit more, there we go. You can see there it says World Wrestling and the G is gone, it's not there. minor hiccup. I'm not too, I'm not too pissed off or anything like that. It's like, whatever. One letter, fuck it. And then, of course, over here on this property plate, you got your World Wrestling Entertainment. You can also see I kind of botched the painting here a little bit. I meant to fix up on that, but never got around to do it. Here, we go to the grandiose main plates. So I will start with the Fight-Nite belts. Main plate. Obviously, the big point here that I have to just alliterate, if we will, is the logo. I love the fact that it's the WWF. It says World Wrestling Federation. And you can see here, you got some white paint in there with a little bit of gold. The real belts had those. A little bit of red. I will like to make that red a little bit brighter. But, whatever. That could come within time from now. The eagle, obviously the head, I love the etching of that eye. As you'll see in the replica pretty soon, that it's a little off. The etching is not too deep with the wings and whatnot. I don't care too much about that because, what really matters is the globe here. The etching is super deep. You can just see right there how deep that is. Nice, love it. I will tell you guys now, there was one thing that the replica just fucked up on. And I'm glad I got this belt for it because of that. You go obviously to the champion one. And yes, I did mention this to someone on the belt page. I am missing a gem. But from the look of the paintwork that's in that little crest right there, it does look like... Focus a little bit here. Sorry, my hand's a little shaky here. It does look like there's some glue residue there, which means, I guess, the jewel fell off. But, these jewels are, the one thing I have to say is the jewels are a little too big. Like, they look like, yeah, it's definitely slapped on. But, nothing you can't fix by yourself. Here we go to the WWE replica belt. You can obviously see I made some modifications to this belt quite a bit. I will talk in depth with this one a little bit, and then I'll show you the differences of what ugged me the most about the replicas and the Fight-Nite belts and have improved on it. Obviously, you can tell it's a WWE logo. Obviously, fuck. Why do we have to have a WWE logo? Why can't we just go back to WWF selling them? Whatever. The stones, I will say, are, nicely put in there, but what do you expect from a WWE shop replica? What do you expect? Of course, the globe, I did paint it a nice bright blue. I did look at recent photos of the WWE Championship belt, or the WWF belt, and the blue was much brighter than what this one is. So I will just have to make it a bright blue. It makes it pop better. I've taken photos of this belt where the whole belt is just, in a flash, so it's not all contrast perfectly, but the blue just pops too fucking well. Of course, that part, World Wrestling Entertainment, that was ugged me. And the champion banner, obviously, the champion banner was nice. Okay, so, here are the differences between main plates that made this one trump this one. Here we go. You see right here, this little etch here. It's actually cut out. It's actually completely cut from the plate. Same on the other side there too. Whereas on my replica, you can obviously see I had painted it. I was not going to trust myself to cut it myself. There was way too many inaccuracies when it came to this belt. WWE shop, when it comes to these belts, when they started massively producing them on the 4mm plates, they did not really do such a great job. Then, of course, you can even see on the bars there how thinned out they are. Whereas on the Fight-Nite belts, it's nice and thick, the way it was, and that's what, it's another plus for me. But here's what really ugged me as well. You see here on the etchings here, the little edges here, it's nice and round. Okay, that's cool. Sure, safe. Here, it's nice sharp to a point. These are nice jagged edges, and I absolutely love that. It makes my belt a little bit more accurate with this. Now here's what I noticed. If you look at this end from the Fight-Nite belts championship title, you see that the end has a nice, you know, thick line right there. Just right there. You see that line's nice and thick. You look on the W shop, it is thin as fuck. It does not match any of the other ones at all. They're all nice and thick, or they're all not quite the same size. So right off the bat, when I was trying to repaint this, that was a piece I just couldn't fucking repaint because it was way too thin. Whereas here, they all match up perfectly. Like, they all do. I love it. I love how they made that accurate. Now here's what I was talking about with the glow. You see right here, right there, there's a cutoff. Nice perfect square. What the fuck's that all about? You go to the Fight-Nite belt, there's no cutoff. What the hell happened? So this is where WWE Shop fucked up on this and had a cutout right there, and, you know, just sold the belt as is. And it was pretty much like, well, what the fuck? Obviously, you could, when you get your belts from Fight-Nites, they are painted. Whereas WWE Shop, I did say I had to repaint these, but these little creases here where the globe is, the original Shop bought belt, when I never even painted it or anything, these pieces all fell out. So when they say they painted it, bullshit, they painted it. They never painted it at all. Not only was it the globe, but it was also the black border here on the WWE Shield here, right there. And even the champion banner was all one little black piece. And I know a lot of people say, well, it was paint, just dried up. I'm sorry, paint doesn't dry up and just fall off of metal with a clean, like clean fucking fresh spot. This was obviously just an insert. From the looks of it, it was just an insert that they put in there. And of course, when you talk about the curve of the belts, you can see right here on this replica, I did kind of curve it. It's a 4mm plate. These are not easy to curve. We're on your WWF Eagle title. Sammy Malik has put a nice little curve in there. Thank you for that. Now the strap, I did measure it in the length. It is 52.5 for the replica, whereas the Fight-Nite belt is 52. Now I'm only saying that because right here it's nicely rounded right there, and that's a perfect square. So that's why I'm thinking, okay, well, it'd probably beat it up because of that. But also, let's look at the thickness of these straps with the width and height. So you got that nice square, nice little edge there. And then here it's just massively thick. And I know what you guys are going to say, well, why is there no WWE or WWF sheet logos all over the leather right there? The real ones have that. Yeah, they did, but you know what? I mean, I'm not too butthurt about that. You know, I don't really care too much for that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do here now is also show you guys exactly what the size of the plates are, because I can tell you right now, these plates are going to be much different. Alright, now I just took the WWE plates off the strap, and here's where you're going to see a nice little comparison between the plates. So let's go with the main plate here. You can see right there, there's not much of a difference. I mean, obviously with the pointed edges there, you know, you're going to see that the Fight-Nite belts plates will be a lot larger, but not by much. As you see there, see over here as well, you know, there's obviously some stuff here that, you know, speaks for itself. You know, replicas are obviously are like the same size as the Fight-Nites as well. Of course, you got on the side plate here, it's, like I said, it's a little bit of a difference. You know, not by much, but it's a little bit of a difference. A little bit of a difference can actually pay off in the end. On the other side plate here, you got, you know, still the same thing. You know, it's the same thing. A little bit of a difference, but it's this one right here. You see the fucking difference. Like, you pull that right off, there's your fucking difference. Boy, what a difference. You got right here, you got all your plates. Take those off, and yeah, you can see a little bit of a difference. As it gradually goes down, you can see that there is a big difference, a little bit of a difference. In these two side plates, well, a big difference right there. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to, oh, don't worry about the whole, oh, with the plate, I didn't scratch my main plate, don't worry. But yeah, I mean, you can see with the main plate on the replica now off the strap, you can obviously see how much work I had to do. You can see right there, it's all painted. Right there, painted. Even that line right there, I had to paint that. It was just bare, there was nothing. There was not even a fucking line or like an engravement of a line. And right here on the Fight-Nites, there's actually engraved. So that's great to see. And obviously, as you can tell, like I said, when it comes to the main plate, that's how much I curved it. That's as much as I got. That's it. Whereas on the Fight-Nites belt, you can see there's quite a bit of a curve. And curves are what really do it for me on belts. I love belts with curves. And yeah, I think we can now pretty much say, you know, the verdict. So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much been the comparison right there when it comes to which one is better exactly. Well, for me, when it comes to nostalgia and when it comes to memories and belts looking exact from what I remember it, Fight-Nite wins. If you are an individual who has a replica, and you're perfectly fine with the replica, you're perfectly fine with those, all power to you, man. I mean, like, I'm not going to bash replicas way too much. WWE Shop has now improved on their replicas now. I mean, I saw the Eddie Guerrero Signature Series belt. I saw the NXT Cruiserweight title, the new NXT title. So many other titles that have come out. The new WWE United States Championship. The plating, the leather, everything has gotten better. The fact that certain belts now have certain curves in them, thank God WWE is finally listening to this. Hopefully they can take all their stock from their previous belts and make curves, make them more accurate, so that, you know, we didn't have to do certain modifications to our replicas. But if you are an individual who does want a more accurate representation of the title that you love so much, or a belt that you are trying to collect, go to Fight-Nite's Belts. They do have a Facebook page. They also do have an eBay account. Just search them up on eBay, Fight-Nite, FIGNT-NITE. You can just do that real quick. You can search up their selection. They don't just do zinc, they also do brass. Brass doesn't have the deepest etching, but the belt's still nice. I mean, like, I might have to think about getting a brass one just to see a comparison. Not brass of this one. I mean, I already have two, I don't need three. But when it comes to other championships, if you guys love the replicas, all power to you, man. I'm not going to bash you for loving a replica. If you guys want a real deal, here you go. Go Fight-Nite's Belts. I have best of both worlds. I hope this video has been very helpful for you guys on making decisions and also seeing the comparisons between the two. But other than that, that's it for me. My name is Steven. This has been the Ginger Snaps here, and I will check you guys out later.